millennial, old.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another video from the Francophile. It is Jalen and Maria and we hope you all are doing well. In today's video, we are going to be reacting to some of our favorite French TikToks.
If you don't know us already, we are two Americans who live in France, and today we thought it would be fun to show you some of our favorite TikToks that come on our For You page that have to do with France, the French language, being an expat, or just stuff that we find pretty funny.
Yeah. So before we get started, make sure you check us out on all of our social media and our website, which is right here at the bottom of the screen. And make sure that you check us out on TikTok as well, because we do have a TikTok and we'll link that in the description below. So we have chosen 10 TikToks that have naturally come onto our For You pages and we're gonna share them with you. So let's get started with the first one.
Okay, this one is funny because it's something that happens almost every day. I think in French class you kind of learn that when it starts to get dark, that's when you start saying good evening instead of good day.
Yeah.
But it really depends. Like sometimes French people will say good day to you and it's 9 o'clock. Yeah. And then sometimes if you vice versa say it at 8 p.m. they'll look at you like you're crazy and correct you immediately. Yeah. So it's always a fun little game to play.
It really depends on the French person that you're talking to. Like you never really know. You just have to kind of give it your best shot and see what happens afterwards. Yeah. So
I think what generally works for us is nightfall, like when it's dark, you say good evening.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's funny.
But that one's hilarious because at 5 p.m., even if it's like the dead of winter, it's kind of light maybe, so it's tough to know. But yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
The weekend. La fin de la semaine.
Les lumières blanches qui défilent. Qu'est-ce que tu dirais qu'on s'en va? Oh, oh.
Okay, that TikTok is really funny because you have the Google Translate with the weekend all in one word, first of all. And at the translation it gives you is not actually what French people really say. They use the Anglicism. They just say le weekend. And in Quebec, I guess they say la fin de la semaine. But yeah, so that's funny. And then the imagery at the end is hilarious because you have The Weeknd, the artist, with a baguette, a mime in the background, the Eiffel Tower, a beret, and a glass of red wine. So that's just hilarious. And the funny thing is though, I don't think I've ever seen a mime in Paris. Have you?
Have I seen a mime?
I've seen
a mime. Like all sorts of street performers who like mime things, but they're not dressed as like, they don't have like white face paint and stripes. Yeah, just in movies.
Yeah, so that was just a TikTok like really hitting hard on the French stereotypes, so that's pretty funny.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah. You.
Okay, so I saw this one and saved it because I have done something really similar to this. I type all of my notes. I don't ever handwrite notes. That would be impossible, I think, in my program. Oof. But last semester, I was so tired this one day, and we'll insert a little video clip of how I was taking notes that day. But like this, it's not staged. That's really how I was taking notes. I was exhausted, and my classes are 3 hours long, and so I think it was the very last 10 minutes of that 3-hour class.
Yeah, you were done basically.
Pretty wild.
But that TikTok is like very representative of what it's like doing the online classes every single day.
It gets exhausting.
It's something we know all too well as master's degree students here in France.
Yeah.
So it's pretty relatable.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
Prononciation, demo, français, parte 18. Pillow. Oreiller. Oreiller.
Oreiller.
Oreiller.
Oreiller.
Oreiller. Mirror. Miroir.
Miroir.
Miroir. Backpack.
His face getting all close to the camera.
Sac à dos.
Sac à dos. Eggplant. Aubergine. Aubergine.
Aubergine.
Aubergine. Cushion. Cousin.
Coussin.
Croissant. But there's no ah at the end of that. Cousin. Carpet. Tapis.
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 That's his
Staircase.
best one.
Escalaire.
Escalier.
Escalier. Pepper. Poivre.
Poivre.
Poivre. Prononciation.
Okay, that was pretty funny. It reminds me actually of the time like when I first started learning French or getting interested in it. In the front seat of a vehicle, like you have the mirror that comes down, and then you have like the warning that's on it, and a lot of times it's in French, English, and Spanish.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know if you remember, but
I do.
And I was reading it in French
because he was
sounded
just learning.
Like that. Like,
I had
terrible.
been learning for what, like 3 or 4 years by the time I met you.
Yep.
And he was obsessed, of course. And so you were trying to learn at any opportunity.
With you or with French? Or both?
Really with French. I mean, with me too, but you know what I mean. With French.
Yeah.
And so every time French, anytime French came up, it was on your phone, on the computer, in an article.
Instruction booklet.
Yeah, anything. He would want to read it. And
Yeah.
it was pretty similar to that. I won't lie. It was cute though.
But he had a couple good pronunciations in that one, but...
Well, I think it's just symbolic of, like, Americans have such a hard time learning French because of the phonetic pronunciation. Like, it's not very obvious a lot of the time.
Yeah, you really have to learn the rules.
Yeah.
So it's funny hearing it with everything pronounced.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
So, to keep us doctors safe from the plague, here's what I came up with. What do you think? Do you love it? That looks cool. Okay, wow. Yeah, and we'll stuff aromatics in here to keep us safe. Doctor, you're kind of quiet over there. Yeah, I know we've seen a lot of macabre things in the field, but this is hands down the scariest thing I've ever seen. If I were sick and saw this, I would think I was at the gates of hell. Not being sick, I am scared to close my eyes tonight for fear of this thing waiting for me in my nightmares, or even worse, at my bedside when I open my eyes. Well, 3 out of 4 doctors agree, so looks like we're going ahead with it, but thank you for your feedback.
Oh, the way he like turns his head at the end in the mask.
Okay, obviously it's funny, but also it's like, because of coronavirus, I think that's why it's so popular right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, who hasn't seen those plague masks and wondered, like, what on earth could they have possibly been thinking?
I just
at the
saw
time?
one like the other day, and I was like, those things look crazy.
They are
like
pretty
they're
terrifying.
so scary. I actually didn't know that they like stuffed, I guess, like flowers and incense or whatever in the front of it, but yeah. I'd actually like to get this guy a bravo because he played like 3-4 different characters, like making TikToks and stuff like that.
I wonder
that's
if
probably tough.
Humanity makes it that long, if in the future they're going to look back at our COVID outfits and be like, that looks scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like just the mask?
Like
or?
all of like the helmets and like the clear plastic
like the whole,
stuff
like,
and
shields and stuff like that. Yeah. They probably will think it's pretty cool that we match our mask to our outfit though, nowadays.
Maybe.
Yeah. That was funny though.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh ça, bah t'es mignonne, c'est un petit truc que j'ai chiné, ouais, c'est une petite brocante, c'est un petit chandail. Monsieur, bonjour. C'est pour. Déposer un dossier. Ouais, bien sûr, par rapport aux impôts. Ouais, ça marche. Vous êtes monsieur Villard. Alex, le dossier de monsieur Villard par rapport aux impôts. Bâtiment A. Ok. Alors il faut vous rendre directement au bâtiment A, monsieur. Vous en venez. Alors non, en fait, ils n'ont pas compris. Bâtiment A, on dépose les dossiers. Bâtiment B, on les traite. Bâtiment C, on vous répond. Voilà. Et si vous ne le déposez pas au bâtiment A, on peut pas les traiter, on peut pas vous répondre. Vous voyez, c'est... Ouais. On a tout séparé parce que sinon, on s'en sortait plus. Par contre, si vous voulez déposer le dossier, dépêchez-vous parce que c'est entre 10h et 10h30, ouais. Et puis avec le Covid, on a dû réduire, c'est entre 10h et 10h10. Oh. Voilà. On vous souhaite une excellente journée, monsieur. Ravi.
Okay,
Awesome.
so if you don't speak French, obviously you're not gonna get that one, but it's...
Well, we can explain basically a
yeah,
little
it's
bit.
basically a joke about the French administration and how it's impossible to deal with a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who he's representing here, but this guy does all sorts of administrative jokes. He does people who are supposed to be at the post office or people who are supposed to be at the housing aid office.
Yeah.
But it's basically a joke about who needs to do what and when, and you go to building A and turns out you're supposed to be at building B and only at building C if you have a certain thing to drop off. And
but it's so true. Like in this TikTok, he's like, at building A, you drop off the folder, and then at building B, we
look
process
at it,
and then at building C, then you get your answer, and it's really like that, and it's just crazy doing like a lot of French administrative things, so it's funny.
I think that's definitely like relatable expat talk.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but for French people too. I mean, French people complain about the administration as well.
Yep, everyone's got to deal with it.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Okay.
Are you not ashamed?
This one, I almost, like, I don't want to even believe that it's real because they really do pronounce, so if you didn't get it, they say, like, at McDonald's, for example, if you're getting a snack wrap, they call it a wrap.
Yeah.
Wrap.
Yeah, they pronounce the W like a V.
That's normal. But the problem is that the word wrap it's an English word, basically. Like, they're taking it from English menus.
Yeah.
And so the fact that they pronounce it like that, first of all, when you have to order it in a restaurant, it's like you're putting on, I don't know how to explain it, it's like you're putting on something fake.
You're just forcing it because it's wrap.
Right.
Like, you're so used to saying wrap.
Yeah. But it's kind of like, also like right now, for example, at McDonald's, there's something called the chicken avocado burger. Is that what it's called?
I think it's just,
the chicken avocado.
Like, that's what's on the sign.
And that's what it's called. It's in English. But you know that if you say, like, hello, can I get the chicken avocado? They won't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you'll have to be like, chicken avocado. Like that. Because it's just weird having to say English words in a French accent.
Yes. When English is your native language.
Right, yeah. So saying wrap.
But I'm pretty sure, like, there's been a time where I've had to order something that in English we would say a veggie wrap. But in France to order it, I had to call it a veggie wrap.
Yeah.
In order for them to understand what I
McDonald's.
meant. Yeah. Like.
And back in Troy. Yeah.
If you know, you know. If you're an expat, you get it.
That's a funny
just
one.
gives you this embarrassed feeling of like,
yeah,
okay.
It's just kind of weird, but it's what you gotta do.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, ça va?
Bah ouais, et vous?
Bah ouais, ça va bien.
Bonjour.
I'm disappearing into the background. Yeah, so, I mean, I guess we've experienced this probably on both sides. I mean, when we were living in the United States as school children, I have definitely seen teachers in public, and then we just did TAPIF, where we were essentially teachers, and I definitely saw my students in public. Even though I didn't teach where we lived in Troy, Troy was the big city to go to, and so I definitely saw some of my students.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was like so awkward, but it's a little awkward.
It always is a little bit.
It's like
that little voice in the back of your head that's like, "Don't teachers live at school?" Like that never goes away.
I know exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, funny times.
Those are all of the TikToks that we have for you today. We hope that you thought they were funny or at least saw some that you had never seen before. Our For You page is filled with stuff like that. The algorithm definitely knows that we are expats living in France. So it's always a good time, and we thought we would share those with you today.
Make sure to let us know in a comment below what was your favorite TikTok, or if you have any other TikToks that you think are relatable to expats in France or about France. And yeah, make sure you check us out on all our social media. We have Instagram, Twitter, and our website, and we have our TikTok. Don't forget to check us out on TikTok. But yeah, other than that, we hope you enjoyed, and we will see you all in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.